So I don't know how the reporting worked, but happy for them. So I skipped it. We went to Aldi, used all that whatever. Second of all, yesterday I put a box of stuff outside my door with a sign that said, "Anything in this box is free to take. Whatever you don't take, I'll donate." I've done this before. It usually does not get picked over. I usually have to just end up donating it anyway. Someone took the entire box, which like I didn't want any of it.
I'm getting water everywhere.
They're getting a little greedy. I don't know if I'll do this again. That's kind of weird. Because it's kind of what I wanted, so I don't know why I'm mad. Anywho, as you saw, I stopped at Swig on the way home. I got myself a butter here. Because we do not support the idea we're going to get into that sugar. Anyway, my favorite farmer's market. I got the red onion I needed for pizza. Ooh,
I love having a live tree, but that always sucks.
I bought green leaf.
Okay, so we are out of almond milk, but then I remembered last year for Christmas, my mom got me this soy milk maker, which I had sent to her over TikTok. So I was like, hey, look how cool this thing is. And like, imagine how much money you would save making your own milk, because this is very cheap. And then she actually bought it for me for Christmas. Like I was just sending it to her like a, hey, look at this cool thing that exists. And then, yeah, I was surprised on Christmas. Never once used it, but we're out of milk and I'm doing the like trying to stretch out my pantry as far as it can go. And I remembered I have this, so let's try it. You're supposed to now strain it through like a cheesecloth or like a nut milk bag, which I do not have, but I have this thing, which I think is for tea from IKEA. I don't know if this is going to work or if this is enough. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's see if we end up with oat milk. Maybe stirring will help. Yeah, stirring's definitely going to help. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. So the second straining with the coffee filter was a bust, but I just poured it back through the metal strainer that it went through initially, and that seemed to do some more, but then I just thinned it out and the kids liked it, which is what matters. The kids liked it. They said it definitely tastes oaty. And in typical fashion, these pretzels went from underdone to overdone in like a matter of 1 minute. They came out okay. I had found a really good pretzel recipe on TikTok, but unfortunately I don't have TikTok anymore. So they're okay. husband just, he's lying on the couch watching TV before getting ready for bed. And he goes, "Oh shit, have we been watering the Christmas tree?"
The magic of the season is your mum.
Yeah. Every day. I find myself wondering today why I wanted to do Vlogmas. Because much like yesterday, today was another day of nothing. I need to update my movie list because I watched a movie while doing my nails. So let's go over the things I've watched so far and some other things that I still need to watch for Christmas. Here we go. Christmas bucket list. Watch Christmas movies. So here are the movies I watched on my own. They're they're not Hallmark movies. They're not that much cheese. One I think is a Netflix original, and the other one may have been an ABC Family movie. So the first Christmas movie or holiday movie I watched this year was No Sleep Till Christmas. This is probably the third or fourth time I've watched this. It is about a woman who, she's a very successful event planner, but when it comes to planning her own wedding, which the date of the wedding is New Year's Eve, when it comes to planning her wedding, she's so stressed out by it that she cannot sleep at night. So to kick the movie off, we see her struggling at night, trying to do anything to get tired, or just she's reading in bed, working in bed, counting sheep. She decides to go for a drive at 3 a.m. And she hits a jogger and drives him to the emergency room, and they end up falling asleep in the hospital parking lot. And when they wake up the next day, which is of course dramatic and funny, people reported two unconscious individuals in the hospital parking lot. So they're pulled out by EMTs and they're fine, misunderstanding. But she's like, "Hey, if you were running at 3 a.m., you don't sleep either, do you? But we slept in each other's presence." So they try to recreate that, and she sneaks around to take naps with him. So that is just a weird setup, because she's happily engaged to someone else. Of course, it's a holiday romance, so I think you know where it's going. I like that one. It's funny and a little bit naughty. It's a woman sleeping next to somebody. There's an intimacy there. Some of the humor is a little more PG-13 than a Hallmark movie. I like that one. The other one that's probably now a rated R-ish type movie. It's probably rated R. Honestly, I think this one's a Netflix original, and it's called Holiday. And this is about a woman who is single, but she's got an older sister who's married, and her younger brother gets engaged on Christmas Eve. So she's crap. Her mother's always trying to set her up with someone. But she's got this kooky Aunt Susan, which so do I. So that right there, I love it. Who always has a holiday. So it's someone to spend the holiday with, so the family can't bother you. So she does the same thing with a guy she meets at the mall. And he is her date to everything throughout the year. It starts and ends with Christmas, but it doesn't have I can only watch this at Christmas kind of feel, because it lasts all year. Then as a family, we watched Muppet Family Christmas, which was a TV special from 1987 in which the Muppets, Kermit, Fozzie, the whole Muppet Show gang, are going to surprise Fozzie's mom at her farmhouse for Christmas. They don't know that Fozzie Bear's mom has actually rented her farmhouse out to Doc and his dog Sprocket. And they're, of course, from Fraggle Rock. So when they arrive, Mom has to cancel her plans to go spend Christmas in Hawaii. Doc is upset because he wanted a nice, quiet Christmas. And he's got all the Muppets show up. And then they hear carolers outside. And who is it but the whole Sesame Street gang? So the farmhouse is full. It's hilarious. It's musical. It's Kermit and his nephew Robin find Fraggles, which they didn't know existed or had never seen before. They thought they were just like a story. So that's one I watched growing up. My kids have watched it every year. Like, we recite it all the time. And like Jingle Bell Rock, whenever we hear that, no matter what version of the song we hear, we sing it with like Animal, like ad-libbing the song. Like, we will add to any radio version, we'll add Animal's parts. So yeah, Muppet Family Christmas. We watched Home Alone, which is the movie my husband grew up as like his family's Christmas movie tradition. So that's another one that like we recite as we watch, like since the kids were little. That's another like iconic, it's not Christmas if we don't watch that movie. We watched a Muppet Christmas Carol, which is not something we typically watch, but yeah, I was in a Dickensy mood, and I know everyone loves that version of A Christmas Carol. And then A Very Monkey Christmas, which is the Curious George Christmas special from like when my kids were little. So I just happened to notice as I was watching that I had the perfect sticker. I watched the two Bluey Christmas episodes. So one is called Veranda Santa. That is the better of the two. And the second one is called Christmas Swim. And then I had a sheet of Bluey stickers, and this, it's a little shiny, but the sticker of Bingo on a pizza slice pool raft is out of that Christmas episode. So I was like, perfect sticker. So yeah, so now I have to add to this on the like mom watch list side, A Very Merry Mix-Up. And this is a movie about a woman who gets engaged and decides with her fiance that they're going to fly to his hometown and surprise his parents with the engagement. She has never met his family, which, like, red flags. But he has to stay and close a deal last minute. So he's sending her to his parents' house. Again, she hasn't met him, and he'll meet her there. But like in the airport, things happen and she runs into somebody. Small world, happens to have the same last name as her fiance, and his brother's name is Billy. Billy. His brother's name is Billy, and her fiance is Will. So they just assume we're talking about the same person. So she goes home with him. Her phone gets destroyed. She can't get in contact with her fiance. She doesn't know his parents, how to contact them, where they live, any of that. So she accepts a ride with this airport stranger because she thinks this is her future brother-in-law. Funny, he's never been mentioned before. And she just falls for his family and becomes attached to them, and they love her, and they're so Christmassy. And then of course the like flub is discovered, and you know, Christmas movie, that one is a Hallmark movie, so like, you know how things are gonna go, right? So my to be watched list, like what's left, we still have to watch Home Alone 2, and then we usually watch Home Alone 4. Wrong. wrong. Scratch that. We watch Home Alone 2 and we watch Home Alone 3 and we skip Home Alone 4. And maybe we'll watch some of the like really bad reboots, but like Home Alone 4 is unwatchable. There is a movie that I watch every year. It's called The Spirit of Christmas. And that's about a woman who travels to a haunted inn. I think it's only haunted around Christmas time. Or the ghost is only, I don't know, like physical around Christmas time, like where people can like see him and interact with him. And then yeah, they solve his murder. Of course, he's handsome as heck and they fall in love, but he's a ghost and she's not. And when Christmas is over, he's gonna disappear. She's trying to sell the property. Who's gonna buy it? And then she'll be gone. And there's that classic cheesy holiday tension. But I watch that one every year. Because did I mention he's super handsome, this ghost? We haven't watched Elf yet, and we typically watch A Rankin and Bass. I feel like Santa Claus is Coming to Town is our go-to. And then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So like we don't always end up watching both of those every year. Oh, and we've stopped watching the Santa Claus when Kurt Russell's Christmas Chronicles came out on Netflix a few years ago. We watched that and I was immediately like, this is the perfect Christmas movie and Kurt Russell is the perfect Santa Claus. So that movie replaced the Santa Claus movies. Even though I hate the Christmas Chronicles too. That one was no good at all. So yeah, those are our favorites that we watch every year. Every single year. And I don't really know that there's anything new that we need to check out. Last year there was I think an Amazon Prime original with Eddie Murphy, maybe Candy Cane Lane, I think it was called. And that one was weird. It was okay. I think the kids said they would watch it again. If we don't get to it, I'm not too upset. But I don't know about any new movies this year. So if there's something that's come out recently that's worth watching, let me know and I'll add it to our list of Christmas movies. Okay. I will see you. If I don't post tomorrow, which is Saturday the 6th, and hopefully I'll be back on the 7th, and if not, definitely by Monday. But it's going to be a busy weekend, which is good for Vlogmas. Finally, some content. Bye.